So this is a very old straw chopper. I've no idea how old it is. It's a scrap machine that was sitting idle for at least 10 years at a farm not far from me. So I managed to buy it off the farmer, brought it home. I've no idea if it's running. He assured me it was running when it was parked up, but it's been left outside for years. It looks complete. So I suppose the only thing to do is get a bale inside it and we'll try it out and see what it does. So I don't actually have it connected. I only have the PTO shaft connected and the hydraulic pipes. I'm not, I can't put it on because there's only category 1 pins on the arms and these are category 2, so I can't hook it on. I think I have a solution for that. So I have the bale in it and gonna give it a go. So PTO shaft hooked on, tractor running. I was a little bit worried it wouldn't be fit to drive it, but surprisingly it is driving it with ease. Wee problem here where you see it's jamming and I have to give it a wee tug or a wee spin to get it going again. So I presume that's bearing issues, but it's definitely hitting a tight spot and then it just stops all of a sudden. But it seems to be doing a pretty good job chopping wise. So this is an old bale of rough kind of hay and bedding. There we go, it's jammed again now. I had to give it a wee tug every time it jams here, but pretty happy with the way it's chopping for a machine that hasn't been ran in 10 years. It's not performing too badly. So you'll see the pins that actually hold the tractor onto link arms are too big. They're category 2, so I need to change these to category 1s. So just unbolt these and stick in the other ones, and then that'll fit on my little tractor. So you'll see the difference in size. That's category 2, that's a bigger size. Category 1 suit my little tractor. So you'll see this spout here. This was a modification that was made to it by the last farmer. And I think it was designed for chopping silage, that he could drop it into a feed barrier. But it's not going to be suitable for my job bedding a shed. So the first job I'm going to do here is try and make a chute or a spout for it that I can bed into my pens. I'm just tacking the spout for the straw chopper together here. You'll see I have the back section on it. That's the bit I cut with the angle grinder. If I'm doing it in two sections, these were the bits that were left over. That bit will go here, and then this is the upper part of it here. There is my chute tack job. I have to weld it, but this will fit onto the machine one way or another. Not sure how yet. I have done a little bit of repairs here. There's a piece broken out of this here, so I've cut a little plate. I just need to get this welded in here, get that piece repaired, and then the next job is to mount my spout. So we'll offer it up and see what it looks like. So I didn't record much of the painting, but basically just put a primer and a red oxide paint on it. So I stripped the drum off it, took the bearings off it, and what we're looking at here is bearings in pretty bad condition here. Managed to find a hole underneath the main drum here. Gonna have to do some repairs on that.
It's a different kind of a day since the last day we were working on this thing. We've a little bit done with it. We put, that's the oil motor there that drives the drum. It was weeping a bit of oil here, and it was actually getting onto the belts, so it was leaving combination of things. The bad bearings was leaving it a bit tighter to run the drum, especially with a full bale in it. And the oil weeping onto the belts, it was slipping. So when the pressure came on, it was slipping. So stuck a couple of seals in it, split down the motor. 2 little seals, I think they were €3 each, so wasn't big money to fix that one. We tried it there, now it's running and no leaks. So next job is to get the drum back onto it. Oh, we put new blades on it here as well. So I put on these section blades. They're off a finger bar mower, I think, these ones. We've replaced them outer ones. These inner ones aren't too bad. You see they were all damaged and they had been sharpened so much they were worn thin. So there's quite a few of them like that. So we've replaced the main outer ones. So So I'm just going to give it a bit of a sharpen now. It's not overly sharp. I'm going to get, them new blades are like razor, so it should help it. So we'll give it a bit of a sharpen, and we'll get the drum. I have the drum here. So we'll lift that back on now with the forklift. I don't know, we'll have to clear a bit of this snow because the forklift's not going to be fit to handle that snow, but we'll get it on one way or another. This bracket stops the drum from falling back. The bottom bearings do the carrying of the weight up the way, and this one stops it from tipping back out the way. We've got the drum back onto it, we've got the covers back on the belts here and the oil motor. You'll see the bearings replaced here. So new bearings, 4 new bearings on the bottom, new bearing on the top. Here's the chute that I made up. So I believe these machines can chop silage, but they're not great at it. Well, they can do it, but they're very slow. This one didn't have the high chute on it. I suppose the next thing is to try it. So what I'm going to do is try the drum and see how that's turning now. Now, little tractor never fails to start. Right, so we'll engage the oil motor here. Yep, that's running pretty well. So before I replaced these bearings, what was actually happening was it was jamming on a bad spot on the bearings, a tight spot, and because the motor, the seals in the motor were actually weeping oil in onto the belt, what was happening then as well was the belts were slipping, so you had to go down and give it a wee spin. So them couple of jobs, the 5 new bearings, 2 seals in the motor, the oil motor, it should be running pretty well now. I'm reasonably confident. That's the PTO engaged, the rotor spinning. When you look in there, it's a death trap, an absolute death trap. Really, I believe these machines have a cover, so we just have to keep a bail in it, keep it safe, don't engage the PTO. You'll see down here the jockey wheel. There's a caster type of wheel I've put on it. Now the reason I put that on it is because it's only a small little tractor. The machine is actually quite heavy because it's so far back from the 3-point linkage. Look, I know it's not designed for tractor. 60 horsepower is the recommended power for driving this machine, but I think it's more to do with the weight, carrying the weight. I believe you can buy a caster wheel kit for them, factory made wheel kit for them to run on smaller machines, because as I said, the machine is quite heavy without a bale in it. You put a bale of straw or hay or whatever you're going to chop, you put that in it, it's definitely not going to be able to lift it in, so the caster's going to have to do some of the carrying.